Hello to all our listeners out there today. My name's Isha Dwight and I'm the brand manager for everything health and wellness with Modere Australasia. Today's topic is really timely, and as I sit here in our Modere corporate headquarters here in Adelaide, South Australia, it is a very chilly 16 degrees outside with winds up to 31 kilometres and the rain is falling down. So winter has hit, and I can assure you I'm not really a winter person, but it's certainly hit now, and unfortunately in conjunction with this time of the year many immune problems start to evolve. Now, I'm not going to go into all of this, but there are so many different theories as to why the winter months gets all of these viruses spreading. However, nothing is more evident to me, especially when I was in clinical practice, that we seem to spend more time indoors in winter with less exercise. You know, we're more in confined spaces with each other, exposing each other to different types of bacteria, germs, viruses. We all know that lack of exercise also can suppress the immune system, and of course we have shorter days with less sunlight, which makes us lower in vitamin D, and most of us know now vitamin D is essential for immune functions. So, you know, there's many contributing factors, and this is what this webinar is all about today, and aptly titled Winter Wellness with Modere. So today's presenter is Maria Lucey, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of background to Maria. She is a beautiful mother of 3 children, to which her firstborn Drew was born prematurely at 25 weeks. She then went on to have 2 other children. With her family overseas at this time and a child that had already gone through many operations, she found herself, as you can only but imagine, exhausted and depressed. Now, over the past 12 years, through education, diet and lifestyle changes, Maria has successfully improved not only her own health, but her family's health as well. And now, and it often happens with our background and our life experiences, she has become a practicing nutritionist and owner of a very successful higher health wellness centre in Norwood, South Australia. Maria's busy focusing on women's health and helping women improve their health. So Maria's basically passionate about educating and empowering women so they can take control of their life and their health and make informed choices for themselves and their families to achieve the optimal health and well-being that every single one of us deserves. So Maria specialises in digestive health, hormonal health and detoxification, and works with women of all ages, but her passion is working with mothers. And as she says, healthy, happy moms equals healthy, happy children. So enough from me. Let's bring Maria onto the call. Are you there, Maria?
Yes, Isha, I'm here.
Hi, Maria. Thank you so much for joining our call today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here. This is my first webinar, so it's going to be awesome.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent. Well, perfect timing, Maria, for this webinar because of the harsh winter weather that we're all experiencing at the moment. So please, before you go on to the actual topic of immune health, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to share my journey. So some of the things we'll be covering are my family's health, from sickness to health. So I've been on a 12-year journey and have, you know, the biggest respect and appreciation for Modere and having them come into my life. So I want to talk about that, and it is very relevant to the winter wellness story, everything that I've been doing for these 12 years. And we'll talk about diet and then specific supplements too. Well, I've got a picture here of my family. Drew is the 25-weeker there. He was born at 25 weeks. And then I've got the other 2 gorgeous, Jacob and Sammy. And I think for me, I was at a crisis point, obviously, and very luckily. Would have been nice if it happened sooner in my life, but I stumbled upon this amazing company, Modere, through, you know, beautiful Eris Watkins and Rosemary Morris. at a time in my life when, yeah, everything was a bit crazy for us. So definitely immune system's low, the stress was super high, and yeah, having a 25-weeker that had had many surgeries, had lost all his large intestine, some of his small. I mean, looking at that photo, yeah, it just looks terrible. But, you know, he's really healthy now, thank goodness. And I'm just going to share with you my journey, and why I'm, you know, sitting here in front of you on this webinar today is it really is an incredible story from sickness to health for us. And Modere plays a massive part in that. Obviously, I had to be pretty stubborn and committed once we did realize that after initially withdrew in his health, the surgeries and stuff which saved his life, a lot of things we were doing at home were the reason that he was having to you know, have lots of trouble in his health with distended guts, and the surgeries that he was having were because of potentially, you know, what we had in his diet and what we didn't have in his diet, and toxicity in the home and stuff. So, you know, I love what Charlotte Gerson says, which is, you know your enemy, and it's always going to be nutritional deficiency and toxicity. And this is what Modere is all about. So, you know, we're so lucky to have a company like this that puts it all in place for us. And if we're committed enough, long enough, we'll get these amazing results, which I have had. Because Drew is amazingly healthy now. He's 20, as are all my children. And, you know, I'm really excited to be able to talk to everybody about you know, not only what we did to get Drew healthy, but how it impacted us, so we're, you know, our family don't suffer from the flu and colds and things like that as much as a lot of people out there in the community do. So we're really lucky. I feel like, you know, I've got all these tricks up my sleeve that especially with the Modere Live Clean now, so that just helps your immune system so much. If you don't have the toxins in your home in the first place, with all your toothpaste, your you know, non-filtered water, your laundry powders, makeups, fly sprays, all these things that the chemical build up into our system just, you know, really does impact our immune system. So right off the bat, we've solved some problems there with the Modere Live Clean. So make sure you do look at that side. And sadly for me, that was the last thing I looked at, because I was so worried about Drew and his health all the time. And his, you know, I just totally focused on nutrition for like the first couple of years, and then gradually started bringing in oh, this makes sense to me as I was learning. Yeah, I need to change my laundry powder. I need to change the kids' toothpaste, and look at all these other areas of health as well. So, yeah, so definitely do the Live Clean side with Modere and start doing that straight away. And that's going to help your immune system amazing, so that you don't pick up so many colds and flus, because you're not having to deal with all those toxins. And then, yes, at the same time, you're looking at diet, lifestyle choices that are going to impact your immune health. Back then, yeah, I was sick a lot, and I really didn't know what to do when it happened. And now, like I said, I do feel like I know what to do. And there's always something in the Modere range that I know can support and help me, so I will, and my kids. And it's just been amazing with the children, how, you know, they catch something and they're over it, usually within a day or two, because I've got all these great things that I'm going to teach you and talk to you about. So but we'll focus on the diet. So poor diet through processed, highly processed foods. Obviously, this is going to lead to nutritional deficiencies, gut dysbiosis, and an acidic body. It definitely impact your immune system, and you will get sicker more. So Modere has lots of things that can help you combat all of that. Food additives, one thing, a tool I used was Your Health and Food Additives by Peter Tolbert. That book was just amazing. And really made me aware, again, to keep those chemicals out, and very protective of your immune system if it's not having to deal with chemicals in your food. I had a diet high in bad fats back then, so now understanding, really just getting your head around good fats, you know, and that they're essential and that you need them, and avoiding those trans fats and potato chips and hot chips and refined and processed foods. So a big one for a lot of us is caffeine. It is acidic, so every time you do have a coffee, you have to you think, how am I going to realkalize myself, as well as it does pull minerals from your body too. So luckily we've got things like the green tea that can help realkalize us. We can have a swig of the minerals, we can have the D3, we can take some of them. You really got to watch out for your caffeine if you're constantly thinking about your immune system. It's going to work against you. Same with sugar. Everybody knows sugar. Sarah Wilson's done a great job there educating everybody. But we all knew anyways, I think. But yeah, it's definitely proven that sugar it has an effect on the immune system. For quite a few hours when you have it, your body has to sort of deal with that before anything else. You're putting yourself at risk, really, if you're drinking soda pop or having a couple sugars in your coffee or too many glasses of wine which convert to sugar, and you're around people who are sick, you're literally probably going to be more at risk of catching it. So just thinking things like that, and also dehydration, and making sure really good quality water, no fluoride and chlorine and things that kill your good bacteria. So just filtering that. I mean, it's great that we have really safe water, but we do still have to do some more work to make it safer for us, or specifically I use spring water. And one trick we use at home in my family, because I'm going from sickness to health over these last 12 to 13 years, as well as, I've ended up, this is my job and my career, so it's pretty cool, like having something really bad happen to us. And Justin, my husband, he was amazing. He'd always say things that I'd be like, why did this happen to us with Drew, and everything we were going to, and he'd be like, Maria, it couldn't have happened to nicer people. Like, we can handle this. So it was our mission to make, help Drew be as healthy as he could, and also too, I wanted to avoid having to take antidepressants and things like that. So, and our surgeon that we were working with Drew had actually, when Drew was about 7, that was when he had his last surgery, he had said, Maria, you keep saying you think that this has something to do with his diet and food. He said, I haven't studied, I'm a surgeon, I haven't studied nutrition. He actually said, I think you should search the end of the planet, you and Justin, to figure this out. And you know what? That's exactly what we've been doing. So I've gone on to study nutrition, but really, I would actually honestly tell the truth, this company, Modere, is what has helped me learn and understand the most about nutrition. What they've put in place, how amazing, how we can utilize just, some of the core supplements to get a lot of the nutrients that we should be getting in our diet, but unfortunately it's not as much nutrition in the food, 50% less approximately to 50 years ago even. So 16 to 17 colors a day was the thing at our house. So, trying to play these games with yourself and the kids, that's actually not that hard. But you do have to remember 5 veggies at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. That was our little game we played, and different colors and everything. So yeah, a lot of people think that's crazy, but it's, if you're not eating that, you're definitely not achieving your nutritional goals of 90 nutrients every single day, which we're talking about soon. But you can not stress too much, because that's how my diet was quite bad early on, and a lot of people's are, and they're highly stressed, and they are getting sicker more. So they can, as they're increasing and fixing their diet, they can totally use these supplements to help fill in the gaps. So that's what I did. So I wasn't feeling well enough really to eat like that 12 years ago. I was chronically tired and completely stressed out. So cooking wasn't on my first agenda. So yeah, lack of exercise with your immune is always going to be a problem. We really need a highly oxygenated body to help our immune system and our health. So just, it doesn't have to be anything big, but at least, a half hour to an hour of walking every day. Toxic overload from your home, like I've talked a little bit about that, but definitely you have a lot of support with Modere with the Live Clean philosophy. And please prioritize that. I'm really actually not joking about this. People are not looking at this and taking it seriously enough. And the impact it has on your health and your energy and your immune system by getting rid of these toxins is amazing. So go for it and really take that part seriously. This is massive nervous exhaustion and stress, and that's what I was dealing with, and a lot of people out there today. So, you know, just figuring out ways to sort that out, because your body, you know, you're making those stress hormones, cortisol, and it's literally shutting down your immune system. We have amazing products for stress, which isn't really what this talks about today, but you need to look at those, and the herbs in those can support you, as well as, you know, the aromatherapy, which Modere has called stress, which I'm actually putting on me right now as we speak, and it's amazing. And that one actually helps with sleep. So, you know, sleep is going to be big for your immune system. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're compromising your health. I'd say 7 to 8 hours a day. So you can use some of these Modere supplements to help your immune system through stress, nervous exhaustion, and not sleeping enough. Heavy metal toxicity, yeah, we talked a little bit about toxicity in the home, but there's lots of other toxins in the environment. And again, you know, you're in the right place. Modere has lots of supplements, green tea in particular, the antioxidant that help, you know, chelate and get rid of some of these heavy metals that store in our organs and really cause us a whole heap of pain, actually. And medications. The reason they're a problem is toxicity, and they always damage gut flora. So that is 80% of your immune's in your gut. So we want to really protect and constantly be thinking about, have I done enough to support my good bacteria today? What have I done in the way of prescription medications? You know, caffeine, processed foods. If you're doing lots of that stuff, you definitely got to be super proactive to support your immune system with probiotics. So I talked a little bit about how we achieve our 90 nutrients at home to protect ourselves daily just for general health, but for your immune system. This is the first trick here. So we have lots of immune support supplements that are great, but often they just need to be in the cupboard and you grab them out, you know, when you need them in the medicine cabinet. This is the trick right here, is daily keeping yourself healthy. And that's going to happen by reducing the toxins, and it's also going to happen with your 90 nutrient achievement every day, which I told you how I do it with my food. It's 16 to 17 different colors a day, 80 to 90% plant-based, so very alkalizing. And the acidic foods aren't bad, but you need to have them in proportion. So your eggs, your meat, your fish, your nuts are 10 to 20% of your diet. And so to support that amazing diet, due to the fact that the soils are deficient, you know, they're generally only putting nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium back into the soils. That's only 3 minerals, and we need daily at least 60. I use the Modere mineral supplements every day. That's just something I do every day, because even though I'm eating healthy, I just want a little insurance there to make sure, and my kids too. And when they were little, I used to just line them up like birds and shake the bottle and squeeze, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then tip it over to myself and fill up under my tongue. It is a food, so, you know, it's going to be, even if you drink the whole bottle, you're not going to die from it. It's very healthy. You're just, you know, you don't have to necessarily do specific measuring. But I also use Himalayan and Celtic salt too. But I use a lot of the plant-based Modere minerals, and I really trust that, you know, they're very safe and very clean. And we use them for things when you're sick, especially like you can have a little bit extra if you've got fever. The body does use up more minerals. So with the kids, I've often, you know, I've got all these that we're going to talk about, but they're definitely having extra minerals the second that they say, oh, I'm not feeling good, you know. And now they're all teenagers, so they do it themselves. And often too, when you're not sick, you know, you think, oh, I know I've got all these things, but I don't feel like it. And, you know, I've got really great friends with Modere. And yeah, one in particular, Jackie Mulch, she'll always call and be like, have you had your minerals? Have you had your colostrum? You know, she's always reminding me to, you know, come on, you've got this stuff, it's going to help you, we need you back at work, so it's really good. But with your 90 nutrients, your 60 minerals, your vitamins, Modere has an amazing range of vitamins, and it's been the children's vitamin, you know, when I'm not feeling that great, I will just actually suck on those. And you can have more of those too because you need the extra zinc in there. So they will help with, you know, soothing the throat and things like that. I use the kids' vitamin a lot on myself, and we still order that regularly. But yeah, the children should definitely be having that every day to support the nutritional requirements. And you should have the adult vitamins. And if you like, I like the liquid supplement, so you can actually use the liquid vitamin supplement, mineral supplement. Amino acids, you make sure you get those in your proteins in your diet, but you know, green tea is amazing. Has many of the essential amino acids in it, and very super alkalizing vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, essential fatty acids. So yeah, so you need all these things every single day, and that is your little recipe for staying healthy. So if you get sick though, the exciting thing is we have got so much we can do to support a healthy immune. So immune health, unbelievable. You have that, all the herbs in there, they're so exciting for everything. And so how I use that is I just start taking it like right now, it's first day of winter, you'd start using that. And you'd probably have, you know, stay on a full course, a full bottle, and it's going to just help so you don't catch anything. But if you do catch something, that's when you really want to be using this product. And yeah, it's there for you. It helps with, it even helps with coughs and things like that. But yeah, just definitely know the herbs in that are there to support you and your immune system, and just go by the title, and you can do some research on all of them specifically. I don't have time today to talk about that too much, but I'll just run through what we use, testimonies on how we've used this product. But this product in my family has saved us so many times. So yeah, that's how I use it. I just get it out. Anytime I felt like I'm catching the flu. Now the well-being is there, very special product as well. And just so you know, all these products that I'm showing you are, you know, have been looked at and approved by the TGA. They're all listed as natural medicines for immune health. So that's pretty exciting. The Colostrum and Probiotic are actually approved foods by the TGA. So we really, you know, have great products, and I think that's an amazing thing that everybody needs to know and trust that these are really special. So with the well-being product, that's really great for after convalescing. You take that after to really support you. But again, that's something that I alternate between all these products, and I would take, you know, a few courses of well-being a year, and I would recommend you do the same. Now, respiratory health, that's a big one. So as soon as you feel like if you've got that mucus, or even with asthma and things, it helps. But for me, when the kids were little especially, and now, for cough, like, honestly, it works so amazing. I remember one time I had a friend of mine back in America babysitting while I was going out to do a Modere presentation, and Sammy had that cough, 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 cough. And I got back. Obviously, the Respiratory had worn off. She was up in bed asleep. So I just crushed a couple of those with a little bit of water, ran upstairs, gave it to her. She drank it. Within minutes, the cough was completely gone. And my girlfriend, who's quite skeptical, just looked at me and goes, wow, that really worked. And I'm like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? But my kids are all weird. Sammy would just chew those when she was younger. Same with like the parasite cleanse and that immune health. And that's she just chew on them. She loved them. But great for cough. So make sure you have this in the medicine cabinet as well. Obviously, your probiotic, I've talked to you a little bit about that. 80% of your immunes, you know, you just got to go there. The second you feel like you're catching something, if you're not taking probiotics, start getting stuck into them. And you should be taking them occasionally anyways. I mean, you know what you're doing in your diet. Too much coffee, too much alcohol, too much stress, get into the probiotics. Colostrum was a big one for my family and still is, obviously having Drew, major gut health problems. This has been an amazing product for him. And all of us, really. I mean, it's great. He was failure to thrive, so it really helped nourish him. The maca in there is very great for strength and stamina, but the colostrum itself is very healing to the gut lining, which is exactly what we want for our immune, is to keep that integrity in the gut health. And if your immune's strong, you're potentially not going to get things, and if you do, you're going to get over them quicker. But again, with my children, they just love these. They thought they taste good, and because they're food, like, they would just open the capsules and fill up under their tongue while they're sitting on the counter. So yeah, amazing product, very supportive for your gut, and that is key for your immune. Digestive enzymes, again, we're going back to gut health, just making sure, and also too, there's some research that these can actually kill. Having good hydrochloric acid, lots of enzymes can actually kill bacteria before it gets you. So that's important. And a few other things before. That's the very healthy, handsome Drew, right at graduation a couple of years back, looking, look how healthy he looks. And then that's the other kids too. So we have all benefited so much. And I really am, forever grateful for Modere and what I've been learning over these years. And they're the reason that I wanted to study nutrition. And this is amazing career, linking being a nutritionist with having these great supplements to support my clients. But you also don't forget, there's so many products, and I didn't have a huge amount of time, but things like Eliminator, or the old Eliminator, now it's just mouthwash, it's stabilized chlorine dioxide, that kills bacteria. So if you have a tummy bug, maybe try what we did, was have a few swigs of that, a few capsules, and it always really made our tummies feel better. And when you fly too, what I found was spraying, no, it sounds weird now, but spraying mouthwash up your nose, because it's stabilized chlorine dioxide, it actually gets the bacteria to, go up through there and go down into the tummy, and the hydrochloric acid and the stabilized in the stomach, because it's washed it down through, does kill the bacteria in the gut, so it helps you not get sick. And yeah, Isha mentioned vitamin D3, so yeah, that's going to help your immune. Of course, noni is a big favorite of mine, and aloe for gut health. Oh, there's just so much I could talk about. I think I'm out of time now. Yeah, so I hope that's helped you, and you've got some exciting pointers there of how me and my family support our immune system. Yeah, just start with your the core products to keep you healthy daily, and then you've got all these other amazing ones you can just have in the cabinet. But yeah, again, can I just thank Modere? I really do, from the bottom of my heart, for what they did for my family, Drew in particular, and myself. Amazingly ethical company with, yeah, the best products I've actually come across. So yeah, I think that's the end of my presentation. Isha, are you there?
I am. Well, thank you, Maria. That was extremely informative, and there's so many pearls of wisdom there, and takeaways for the audience. So I do thank you for your time. And from a corporate level, it's an honour to be partnering with you on our Live Clean and health mission. So yeah, once again, I do really appreciate your time today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you. And a big thank you for everyone on the call attending today. We look forward to having you on our next corporate webinar. Take care, and we will talk soon. Thank you, everyone.